Say gang, what up? Today we're bringing it back to the OG roots of the channel, and also because I recently made a poll in which I asked you whether you want me to make dark drill or 50 Cent beat tutorials, and apparently the situation is pretty even. So today, bro, if you're a dark drill lover, today is your day, my boy. And specifically, bro, I want to show you how to make fire UK drill type beats in the style of Central C and Lil Baby's new collab, which by the way sounds hard as hell. So if you're ready to go Band4Band, let's get into it. Alright, I'm gonna try making a melody similar to Band4Band's B. It is a very dark melody, to be honest. It's nothing too crazy, so we're gonna make it in a very short time. And I will say that the particularity of that melody is that it is dark, bro. It is just simple dark OG proper dark UK drill type B, simple as. So I'm gonna start with the expand 2 and I'm gonna use the soft legato strings. And by the way, the tempo of that song is 140 BPM, but I want to switch it up to 142 for this beat, and the key of the song is B minor, so I'm gonna stick with it. Alright, I'm gonna put a note like this and another one over here, and here I'm gonna make the tension because, as you may know, or if you don't know, these notes over here for every chord progression that you want to make, these two notes here are the best ones whenever you want to make some tension in a chord progression. Yeah, I actually like it. Alright, from this I'm gonna play around with these notes, so I'm gonna split them. And you know what, since we're making a melody, another trick that I want to show you is to work with a lower BPM. So we're setting it to 110 because after that I'm gonna render out the melody and then I'm gonna bring it back to 140 and I'm gonna slice it as a sample. So stick around for the full process. Alright, I'm gonna copy the whole thing into the second part. Now I'm gonna use another element still from expand 2, which is called set form and strings, and I'm gonna copy this chord progression. So I'm gonna press Ctrl+C and then Ctrl+V, and I'm gonna operate one octave just like this, and I'm gonna remove these notes over here. Alright, I like it. Alright, next element, which is acquired from Vocalize Gravity Pack 2, which is called Ancient Temples. Alright, next element still acquired from Vocalize Gravity Pack 2, which is called Tranquil City. Another thing that I want to try doing is to give some sort of variation to the piano roll of this sound right here. And yeah, bro, as far as elements, I'm gonna stop it right here because again the melody is very simple, so you don't want to go too crazy. Alright, as far as mixing, I don't really have to do that much, but there's only one element which I'm gonna mix, and it's this one right here. So what I'm gonna do is to lower the low end like this. And I also want to reduce these frequencies over here. I'm also gonna add a little bit of reverb. And I'm also gonna reduce a little bit of high end of the first strings. Alright, so this is what we got so far. Alright, at this point what I'm gonna do is to render out the whole thing. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna select quick render as an audio clip. And as you can see over here, we have the render of the pattern. So at this point I'm gonna chop it up as a sample. So I'm gonna select the slice X channel and I'm gonna select medium grid slicing, and I'm also gonna select the reverse mode for the sample. But before chopping the sample, I'm gonna put the BPM at 142. Yeah, this one's sounding cool. Another thing that I want to try doing is to copy the same slice X and here reversing the sample, and I'm gonna see if I can change this note over here and replacing it with something else. Yeah, it sounds way fire. So another trick here is to use multiple piano rolls of the same sample just to play around with the tiny details that make the difference and make the sample stand out. So for example, I have these reverse parts. And if you look in his last section, you'll be able to see that they are still part of the sample. You see what I'm saying? So I'm satisfied with the results so far. So what I'm gonna do now is to send this reverse part into the mixer, and I'm gonna use the chorus and also a little bit of reverb, and I'm also gonna use a little bit of stereo separation, and this is pretty much the sample. Alright, at this point I want to further enhance the sample chop effect. So what I'm gonna do is to put a point over here on the growth speed. I'm gonna do something like this. So as you can see, we can properly hear that cut typical of the sample. At this point, I'm pretty satisfied with the result of the melody. So what I'm gonna do is to put the drums, of course, but make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and make sure to follow me on Instagram at stepuzz. Alright, we're gonna start with condenser, of course, and I'm gonna use the standard hybrid condenser from Hellscape, which is a kit from my boy Jay Sowell. Make sure you check out the link in the description. Alright, let's lay down a simple drill condenser piano roll. Alright, something like this should work, but what I'm gonna do now is to put some triplets, because I've noticed, and if you pay attention to the beat, there's a lot of triplets going on in the condenser. So I'm gonna try replicating something like that. Alright, I actually like it, so what I'm gonna do now is to find another condenser to layer down with this other one. Alright, let's find a snare. Alright, for the kick, we're gonna use the Emperor kick from Imperium. It's very powerful kick, bro. Very underrated, man. Alright, let's look for the 808. Bro, this song sounds cold, bro. Link in description. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, I might even leave the pattern like this because it is fire, man, and the beat itself doesn't have that many variations of the pattern, but it plays a lot with the arrangement of it. Alright, now we're gonna make the second part of the beat, and it's actually a part in which Lil Baby attacks, and it sounds like a merge of trap and drill. Bro, it sounds good, to be honest, and it's pretty easy to make, and I'm gonna show you how. So what we're gonna do is to select a hi-hat, and I'm literally gonna look for a random hi-hat. So I'm gonna go over my man's kit, Infinite, and I'm gonna use the Bones hi-hat. I'm gonna put the classic 2 stabs for the hi-hat. I'm also gonna add the 808. For the next 8 bars, I'm gonna put the same piano roll of the condenser snare. So I'm gonna remove it over there. So it's gonna sound like this. Alright, now that we have all the parts that we need, I'm gonna do the arrangement. I'm gonna explain you exactly what I did and why. Alright, as you can see, I've arranged the beat, and it's a very simple arrangement. So one of the cool things I did here for the arrangement was to cut the melody over here. As you can see here, after 8 bars, the melody cuts. So we have this break over here like this. Very sick. And if you reference with a lot of Band4Band beat, you're gonna notice that there's a lot of breaks of this kind of nature. Now another cool thing that I did here, which I took inspiration from Band4Band beats, was to filter out the frequencies of the counter snare by the end of the bridge over here, and it stays like this for the whole range of the bridge, and it sounds like this. Which again is another thing that they did in Band4Band's beat. Now we have the second pattern which I showed you, which sounds like this. And then we have the counter snare going on again. And then once the part is finished, instead of getting straight into the drop of the beat, I left a little bit of gap with the melody alone, and then the drums actually kick in like this. It is cold, bro. Alright, my let's have a listen to the full beat. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at stepuzz. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, yeah, make sure you do it right now. Let me know what you guys think about the beat, and I'm gonna see you on the next time. Bye.